5 Eyewitness News takes you to a place few have gone, where thieves profit as they prey on children's futures.
So it's fairly easy to be able to pay for an identity.
To portals where identities are bought and sold.
At first I thought it was a mistake. It was a total shock.
Children are one of the fastest growing targets for identity theft.
And 5 Eyewitness News investigated and discovered that the laws to protect kids in most of the country are much stronger than the ones on the books here in Minnesota. Eric Shalou found a family trying to stop the damage.
The 9 digits of your Social Security number end up controlling your financial fate.
Who could have done this? It was just sheer, first of all, disbelief, then anger. Who would do that?
It's a question Sarah keeps asking herself.
50 hours, easy or more.
There have been a lot of restless nights since around the holidays when someone stole her daughter's Social Security number to protect her. We're not showing her face or using her name. The family's nightmare began with a call.
I'm driving and I'm thinking that, wait a minute, you have the wrong family.
The state worker on the phone told them there was a glitch with the Maplewood family's medical assistance application, a form with all their vitals, including Social Security numbers.
Told me that she's making this much money.
She's 9.
Exactly, she's 9. She's not working. So then he actually stopped and looked at the age and thought, oh my God, you know, you're a victim. You're a victim of identity theft.
Sarah reported it to police. While clearing up the health care application, she learned more from the worker trying to help.
We found out that, you know, a fake card was being made, or a fake card was made to get multiple jobs with his name and her number.
This mother is only left to guess how the social fell in the wrong hands.
I think it came off a document and it got bought, and here we are.
Experts say kids' identities are prime for picking. With a clean credit history, the crime could go undetected for years.
I think a lot of people just would shake their head that this is out there and your identity could be out there and you don't know it.
Yeah, you don't need to be a security professional to know how to access this kind of stuff.
Sean O'Connor used to work military intel. Now he's a cybersecurity expert at Dell SecureWorks in Atlanta, Georgia.
He's got 109 sales of, Social Security cards.
He took us down an electronic highway to the dark part of the web to show us where hackers sell their heists.
He'll give you a date of birth, SSN, home address.
A new identity available for less than $10.
We do try to infiltrate these different hacker groups.
Sean Cozzolino chats with hackers from around the globe, whether it's Eastern European syndicates to ones in their mom's basement, about to wreak financial havoc.
He's got where he likes to hack just random stuff, like he'll hack, schools, or he'll hack, a car dealership.
Hoping to gather intel that can help businesses stop breaches.
These little breaches, schools, hospitals, they can be really damaging. That happens a lot?
It happens all the time. A lot of these hacker groups, you won't hear it on the news, obviously.
Nobody's identity is safe, including minors.
Eagan Police Detective Desiree Schrofer sees parents filing identity theft reports. Here's one. A dad who learned after the military ran a credit check on his newly enlisted son that someone opened a $9,000 car loan in his name back when he was 12.
A lot of times these parents don't find out until months, sometimes years, and in that case it makes it very difficult for law enforcement to be able to follow up on that.
The long-term effects are damaging enough that it really should be a wake-up call for parents to be paying attention to this.
Eva Velasquez helps victims at the Identity Theft Resource Center in San Diego, including parents whose kids are delayed getting into college.
They find that they can't qualify for those student loans because they have bad credit and an identity theft issue that they have to clean up.
She says the laws to protect a child vary state by state.
The level of consumer protection that you have and the tools that are available to you really should not be based upon the state that you live in.
We found some states allow child credit report freezes, basically a lock to prevent someone from accessing it.
In all 50 states, adults can freeze their credit, but the laws are different when it comes to children. In Minnesota, the only way you can freeze their credit is if there's a report open. That probably means someone's already using their identity. Over in Wisconsin and 26 other states, the laws are different. You can freeze their credit at any point before there's a problem. It's something you just don't think about.
Oh yeah, Yep. You're thinking about their medical safety. You're thinking about safety in the schools. You're thinking about the things they eat. The last thing you're thinking about is a magic number that will only affect them when they're 18.
But now that her 9-year-old daughter's social is stolen, she spends nights on the computer,
Just a ton of sites and no help.
struggling to make sure she's done enough
There's never going to be enough. It's never enough.
to hopefully stop future credit damage to her child.
That mother has also learned trying to get a new Social Security number can also be a lengthy process. Meanwhile, the Wisconsin lawmakers behind their child credit freeze law say it passed not because they had a lot of victims, but instead it was good public policy, they thought, to protect families before a problem happens. But again, Minnesota doesn't have a law requiring credit bureaus to offer child credit freezes. Leah?
Eric, what a mess for these families stuck in this. Did you find how many kids this has happened to?
Well, several years back, there was a Carnegie Mellon University report that found 10% of kids studied had been the victims of identity theft, and parents didn't know. We checked, and there's not one Minnesota agency that tracks it.
All right, Eric, thank you. And if folks have specific questions about protecting kids, we've got some information for you online as well.